In the year 1970, Soviet scientists began one of the ambitious and bizarre experiments. It was peak of Cold War, and United States has already landed a man on the moon. And this was the experiment to drill to a deepest hole in the world and first of its kind in the human history. The drilling started in Kola peninsula, which would go on to reach further down into the earth crust than any other in the history, setting a Guinness World Record that still stands today, even now after 20 years, even though it has been welded shut. It's remembered as a great science project which brought about great scientific discoveries. But this is not all about that. There is another secret project that happened in 1989 when the drill reached 14.5 kilometers. It has broken through a solid rock and into a large hollow cavern, which is not supposed to be there in the earth. People from above was able to hear some weird noise coming from the hole. They wondered, where is this noise coming from? And they lowered a microphone. There was air in that hollow cavern, which is 14 kilometers below the ground, and the temperature was over 1000 degrees Celsius. This doesn't actually make sense. When they turned on the microphone, they heard some noise, which made the most of the crew to quit on spot. Some remained in the crew after this incident, and it only got worse. These folks called this hole to hell. Let me give you a backstory. After the World War II, when the Allies won the war and began claiming their shares on Nazi gold and weapon and everything, but every leader realized that Nazi scientist community were valuable than any other precious metal. United States Uncle Sam initiated a project called Paperclip and recruited 1,600 Nazi scientists, engineers and technicians to US as a government employee and made them a citizen. Similarly, Russia had a project and recruited over 2,500 scientists, which started the scientific rivalry between these countries. And the nuclear technology was prioritized, and slowly the space war was started. Russia launched the first man-made satellite into space, and they are the one to land man-made object in the moon. First spacewalk was done by a cosmonaut. The list goes on. However, US landed a man on the moon and won the race. This was a blow to Russia. Then a new competition emerged between these two countries, a race to the center of Earth. Project Mohole was the first drilling project initiated by US in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of Mexico in 1961, but the project was an utter failure due to poor management and lack of funding. However, in a counterpart, the Soviet Union drilling project was more focused, and they chose the Kola Peninsula for their drilling. These are the public project, but there is a secret project that happened and which opened some weird door to hell. In Siberia, there was a secret Russian project which came to light in 1989. The whistleblower actually claimed that the hell was beneath the earth and they have accidentally discovered in Siberia drilling project. In 1989, Dr. Dmitry Yosakov and a group of scientists were working on a drilling project in Siberia. And when the drill reached 14.5 kilometers and the drill bit started to rotate wildly and somehow broken the solid rock into a hollow cavity. According to science, there shouldn't be any hollow cavity under the earth crust. When the drill bit returned to the surface, it was glowing red hot, and again, as per the science, these areas should be around 100 to 150 degrees. However, when measured the drill, it was over 1,200 degrees. Dr. Dmitry heard some weird noise from the hole, and the technician insisted that it was from the machines, and they tried to turn it off. But once they turned it off, the sound still came from the hole. So they thought, okay, let's check this. And they lowered a microphone, which were designed specifically to operate under high temperature. But the instrument got overheated in just few seconds. But those few seconds were enough to identify that the noise was coming from the hole and it was humans screaming in pain. He coded that we could hear thousands, perhaps millions in the background. suffering souls that's screaming. After hearing this sound, many people quit the project on spot. As I said earlier, some folks stayed behind and continued. It got worse for them. At night, a plume of gas bursted out of that borehole and took a shape of large bat or a demon with the wings. And the worst part is that there was a 3-letter word in the gas: I have conquered. Entire site went into panic mode. Medical staff received a phone call, specific order from KGP to sedate everyone with a special serum which would erase all short-term memories. This was leaked from one of the medics. Let me play you the recording and you can decide on this matter. But fair warning, this would not be suitable for some audience. That was really something else. What do you think about this? Even though it was reported by major news sources, nobody claimed to hear that sound. So this was easily discredited, and somehow this information was not read by many and governments failed to investigate further. Who knows? Maybe they would have found the real hell? What do you think? Is this real or fake? Thank you for hanging out with me today. See you soon on another episode.